My mother-in-law kicked out my son from my own house while I was deployed. I showed her what happens when you mess with a military mother. My mother-in-law Bethany kicked my 16-year-old son Alex from my first marriage out of my own house while I was deployed overseas in March. I'd been stationed in Germany for 6 months, and my husband Craig had asked his mother to help with the kids while he worked long shifts at the plant. We had Alex from my previous marriage and our twin daughters together who were 8 years old. Bethany had always treated Alex differently, but I never thought she'd go this far. Craig called me one night saying Alex had run away and they couldn't find him, but when I managed to reach Alex at his friend's house, he told me Bethany had thrown him out and changed the locks. She'd told him he wasn't real family and needed to go live with his biological father who'd been absent for 10 years. She said the house was getting too crowded, and since Alex wasn't Craig's real son, he was the obvious choice to leave. She actually packed his things in trash bags and left them on the lawn while he was at school, then wouldn't let him back in when he got home. Alex had to call his friend's parents to pick him up because Bethany threatened to call the police if he didn't leave the property. Craig was at work when this happened, and Bethany told him Alex had chosen to leave because he didn't feel comfortable there anymore. She said teenagers were difficult, and Alex had been causing problems with the twins, so it was better this way. Craig believed her because his mother had never lied to him before, and Alex was too upset to explain properly when Craig called him. Bethany immediately moved into Alex's room and redecorated it as a guest suite for herself, throwing away his posters and childhood belongings that I'd saved. She told the twins that Alex didn't love them anymore and had abandoned the family, making my daughters cry for their brother. When I called Bethany from Germany demanding answers, she said she was protecting Craig's real children from a troubled teenager who didn't belong there. She said Alex had been aggressive and stealing things, which was completely false, but I couldn't prove otherwise from across the ocean. She said I should be grateful she hadn't called social services about Alex's behavior, and that she'd done me a favor by solving the problem before it escalated. She actually said that blended families never worked when one parent was absent, and I'd been selfish to marry Craig while having baggage from a previous relationship. She told me Alex would be fine with his real father, and I needed to focus on my current family instead of clinging to the past. I immediately started emergency leave procedures, but military bureaucracy meant it would take at least 2 weeks to get home. During that time, Bethany completely took over my household, telling Craig she was fixing all the problems I'd created. She enrolled the twins in different activities without asking, changed their diet because she said I'd been feeding them wrong, and even tried to change their school without permission. She told everyone in the neighborhood that I was an unfit mother who'd abandoned my family for the military, and she was stepping in to save the children. She said Alex had been a dangerous influence, and she'd protected the real family members from harm. When I finally got home on emergency leave, Bethany was sitting in my living room like she owned the place. She'd rearranged all the furniture, thrown away my plants because she said they were dying, and had given away my cat to a shelter because she claimed the twins were allergic even though they weren't.